customer is different than a high-end bike or a high-end car, luxury car. So to understand that, we need to have that kind of relationship with the middleman, or I would not say rather middleman, my end customer, not their end customer. So we need to understand from all these stakeholders, whether they are from their R&D or from their quality or warranty department or from their marketing department. So we need to get the feedbacks from them about our product, how it is being liked in the market.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Priya George, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with someone who spent over 2 decades not just witnessing the evolution of India's industrial and mobility sectors, but actively shaping it. Mr. Narinder Pal Singh is with us today, currently leading the EV powertrain vertical at Greaves Cotton. He's worn many hats: business development strategist, global marketer, key account driver, and transformation architect. Mr. Singh, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you for welcoming me here at this FaceTime with Leaders. I think it is a great time to join and meet you guys. I think let's move forward with this.
Absolutely. So, what stands out in your journey is how seamlessly you've moved from high stakes negotiations to technical product rollouts, from global exhibitions to deep mentorship, and from legacy OEMs to greenfield EV innovation.
I think the way the journey has shaped up, it is more like taking things the way they would have come and they had come in the past. Like the career started with something in the marketing field, then it was more technical sales. Then the
Understood.
things what got added up were like the program management, and
Right.
uh, in the middle of my overall career, this EV revolution started, and I
Right.
thought I should give it my best, and let's take India forward in this EV journey. So that is where we are now.
Absolutely. So, I guess without further ado, let's get straight to it. Mr. Singh, we'd love for you to take us to the very beginning. How did your career journey unfold? What were those early steps like, and how did things take shape along the way? So we'd love for you to, narrate it in your own words.
Yeah. So Priya, just to share with you, I actually never wanted to come into engineering as a field. That was
Right.
when I was there in my school and other things. So I always
Hmm.
wanted to get into the noble career of medicine. So that was my dream once. But uh, God has and destiny has its own ways. So I got into engineering, and from engineering got into automotive industry. Now after that, coming into the automotive industry, which field I can support the industry or the organization. I think it was more nearer to the customer. I think that is when I got into marketing and sales. It was more of B2B marketing, like business to business.
Right.
So I had to
Yeah.
deal with all the OEMs, and all this happened through different organizations across my career. Uh, the most amount of time I spent was with Gabriel India Limited, where I became from a manager marketing. I became the head of marketing there, and I spent almost 13 years as a span there, and it
Right.
was really wonderful being close to the customer, getting things like whatever was required by the customer, handling relationships, and at both ends, like at the customer end and at the back end. I think that was
Hmm.
something I liked, because obviously it was also a noble job to create something and give to the customer what they expect. So I think that is where I got satisfied internally, and that is how the whole journey has come up to this level. And from Gabriel to Varroc to now heading the business, I think
Right.
I whatever I thought, I think I have achieved.
Right, right. So thank you for sharing that with us. And in your response, I think there was a lot of intent uh, behind every step you took. But I also remember you talking about that you went with the flow, like there were new opportunities that were presented to you, and I think you took them up as and when they presented themselves, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is what is required out of an individual. From individual, he becomes like the team leader, and from team leader,
Hmm.
an organization leader. I think that is the journey what was expected. And see, the expectations from both the ends, whether it was the organization or the customer, I think I tried
Hmm.
fulfilling all of them, right?
Hmm. Right, absolutely. So, moving on, going from leading a 4,500 crore rupees portfolio at Varroc to then taking charge of a startup vertical at Greaves Cotton, and which was quite a big shift. So, we are curious, how did your mindset, move or adapt between scaling an established giant and then almost overnight building something from the ground up?
Think that was a challenge I had given to myself, and basically getting into an organization at some level, taking it to other is something.
Hmm.
We have a platform, but from
Right.
that platform you can always rise up to whatever numbers. But creating
Mm,
something is what I took it as a challenge now, and I have gone into this zone of leading the business at Greaves Cotton, and that also for EV
correct.
powertrain. So this EV
Mm,
powertrain is kind of heart for the mobility in future. And see,
mm.
at in India we are almost at what around 6-7% currently, and I see that going up to almost 30-35% in future. So I should be one of the creators of something which is supporting that growth for Indian market. I think
Mm,
that is
mm.
where I see challenge, and I have taken up that challenge, and I'm performing on that.
Right.
Yeah.
One would term it as extremely brave, and which I'm sure I know that you are. But did you give yourself some kind of time frame? Because it was a completely different, like a paradigm shift,
Yes.
going from a well-established, maybe a legacy organization to something that you're just starting up. So, did you first of all expect to see the returns, and had you given yourself that kind of time, let's see if this works or not, or something like that? Did those thoughts come into your mind?
See, creating something will always take a lot of a lot of your time. So that lot of time I've thought of a timeline of around 3 to 5 years where you will
Understood.
see this becoming a big business, and then at
Hmm.
that time you may be again interviewing me for how you have created that. So I think that is
Absolutely.
something gonna happen. So I am very optimistic, and thanks to the government policies, thanks to
True.
the leaders in the organization who have trusted in me. I think
Right,
that is
right.
what is required.
Right, right. So if there's anything I've learned, in the brief while that I've known you, it is the fact that you're really adaptable and you're very open to change, is what I've understood.
Yeah.
So with that sentiment, moving on is Mr. Singh. And speaking of stepping into new spaces, you've taken innovation literally across borders with those tech days when
Yeah.
you're showcasing cutting edge technology on such a global scale. How do you strike that balance, like keeping it visionary yet relatable to a very diverse mix of clients and markets?
So, Priya, when you are presenting a cutting edge technology on a global stage, especially
Hmm,
the events, what you mentioned, the tech days, it's not just
hmm,
what you say, it's how you make it and it should land with the audience basically. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we take Japan as an example. The last tech day we had there, we were showcasing our next generation adaptive shock absorber systems. Now, the instinct might be to lead with specs like sharing only the specifications. But in
Mm-hmm.
Japan, what really resonates is quite an innovative product with precision and purpose. So, how we
Okay.
began? We began by focusing on driving the experience, especially in dense urban environment like Tokyo. We showed how our system responds in real time to the road conditions, see,
Okay.
improving the ride comfort and reducing the noise and vibration in the vehicle. See, but what you see, we framed it around the need of the local market. See, Japan is an old country. So
Correct.
the drivers are aging there who value comfort and safety over raw performance. See, raw performance you can see in
Mm-hmm.
younger countries,
True.
but there it is more like comfort and safety. So we used a real
True.
case study from Tokyo taxi fleets where durability and passenger experience matters every single day because they have to run the
Right.
vehicle every day. So that made the
Right.
tech feel more relevant. It was not abstract. So for me, the goal at tech centers or tech days isn't just
Tactice.
to impress with what's new. See, every
Mm-hmm.
day you will innovate something, you'll create something, but it is to connect the right audience, to show how our innovation helps solve real challenges. So in a way
Right.
that respects their context, whether it's cultural, operational, or market driven.
Mm-hmm.
So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, making technology is okay, but it should feel human. That's what earns
Right.
trust across borders.
Right. That makes sense. I was just wondering, when y'all were testing out your product and y'all did it on the roads of Japan, and I'm guessing your major market is in India. Uh, uh, did y'all consider maybe testing the product with keeping, the local environment, which is, the like Indian roads or highways or like, I mean, I'm just wondering.
See, the product was created, but the examples what we had given to the audience, because see, they were all OEMs from Japan who came to the tech
Understood.
shows.
Okay.
So the examples what you provide them, obviously the technology is developed. So it has to be
Hmm.
connected to them as their own requirement. That
Correct.
is how
They need to have context.
it should,
Yes.
yeah, it should have context.
Correct. Makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for responding to my question. And while we are on the topic of connecting with, diverse audiences, one thing that really stands out in your journey is how consistently you've turned opportunities into outcomes. And
Yeah.
when it comes to converting RFQs into actual LOIs, especially in when you're talking about these really high stakes, complex sales environments, what would you say are your top three go-to tactics that have really worked for you over the years?
You're asking about my secret. No problem.
If you're comfortable
See,
sharing, we'd love to
just
know.
to share with you, Priya, I had a wonderful time with my customers. My customers means because I was into B2B kind of a
Right.
business all through.
Business to business.
So I had
Yes.
to be very closely. The number of customers may be few, but we need to understand what is the end customer's requirement. That is point
Understood.
number one. Because
Okay.
obviously, if
Understood.
vehicles are made, they have to be sold to the end customer. So what is their
Understood.
requirement? Is it cost? Is it quality? Is it technology? So what is required at their end? And it depends, and it varies from model to model also, from customer, from
Hmm.
OEM to OEM, and then from model to model it also differs, because a smaller
Hmm.
car or a cheaper bike customer is
Hmm.
different than a high-end bike or a high-end car,
Hmm.
luxury car. So to understand that, we need to have that kind of relationship with the middleman, or I would not say rather middleman, my end customer, not their end customer. So we need to
Hmm.
understand from all these stakeholders, whether they are from their R&D or from their quality or warranty department or from
Hmm.
their marketing department. So we need to get the feedbacks from them about our product, how it is being liked in the market. So how to get
Understood.
that? So first thing I would mention, because you asked for three things, I think first thing is the relationship.
Mm.
You need to have
Yeah.
relationship all across your OEM partner. Otherwise, you will be only talking to, if only purchase guys, then you'll
Mm.
always talk about the cost thing. The other things will
Mm.
not be there. So that is
Understood.
one thing I would say. The other things where I have focused to convert these RFQs to LOIs is that I've not uh, basically relied only on what is coming from my backend. My backend means like my R&D people, my purchase guys, or my suppliers. We have conducted uh, in-house workshops how to reduce the RMC, so that we can end of the day create value and give it to the our end customer as a cost benefit to them. So that is one part.
Mm.
The third part is we always had to strive for the future tech. So that future technology, talking about future technology, learning about future technology, obviously from OEMs, from one OEM to the other, and then
Mm.
creating a product on that, with obviously the feedback going back to the my R&D. I think that is where it created that difference. So three things, if I say, one is the relationship management, obviously at all the ends. Second is to create or co-create things what are expected by the OEMs, and third is it has to be highly technical or technology motivated.
Mm. Right. Right. Uh, Thank you. And I think there's some great pointers that you've shared with us. Mr. Singh, looking at the scale and impact you've already achieved, it's hard not to wonder what's next on the horizon for you. Like, do you see yourself stepping further into more strategic boardroom roles, where you see yourself as, a policy maker, change maker, or is there a particular goal or direction that you're excited about and which keeps pushing you forward?
Yeah, looking ahead now, I have come to one position. So looking ahead, what actually or truly excites me is the opportunity to create deeper value for our OEM partners and our broader
Mm,
stakeholders. Obviously, they can be
mm,
shareholders or the promoters or anybody.
mm.
As
Right.
the auto industry transforms with this electrification, lightweighting, intelligent mobility, I
Mm,
think a unique role is helping bridge that strategic intent with real on ground
okay.
execution. So I'm
Okay.
particularly drawn to leadership roles where I can engage basically uh, directly with the OEMs at a strategic level, not just supplying components to them, but
Right.
co-creating solutions that drive a mutual value. Whether it's
Okay.
through early design collaboration, that is one way of doing it, or shared innovation roadmaps, or helping meet their ESG goals. That is also very
Okay.
important. So I believe we have a
Okay.
chance to become more than just a supplier. We become a trusted growth partner for them. At
You're
the
adding
same,
value. You're
yes, yes,
adding value
adding
as well.
value. So at the same
Mm,
time, I see a growing need to align internal capabilities across engineering, operations, and digital with the external vision. That's where leadership
mm,
can unlock tremendous value for the stakeholders by
mm,
building, say, what integrated ecosystems that are agile. Obviously, everybody
mm,
needs something very fast. So it has to be
mm,
customer centric and it has to be future ready. So technology should help in that, or digital should
mm.
help in that. So yes,
Understood.
stepping further into strategic roles, whether that's within a boardroom, it's a steering committee, or a transformation office, it feels
Mm,
like a natural next chapter for me. It's not
mm,
about the positions. The positions will are basically designations, but
mm,
it's about the impact we can create by staying close to our customers, evolving needs, and translating
mm.
them into long-term sustainable value.
Right. Right. I think I think you must have given this a lot of thought, because I think your response was very insightful. It's something that you have definitely spent time thinking about, and in the hopes of bringing that to life. So we wish you nothing but continued success in that aspect. Mr. Singh, now given the scale and complexity of the organizations that you've led, corporate governance must have played a very defining role along the way. And from your perspective, how has strong governance influenced your leadership decisions? And why do you think it's become such a critical pillar in today's business environment?
That's a very deep question. In the auto component manufacturing sectors, the corporate governance had been pivotal in shaping not
Hmm.
just my leadership style or but also the way we operate as an organization. And I'm not talking about
Right.
the current organization, from my past organizations also. See,
Hmm.
given the complexity of the global supply chains, the regulatory pressures from the governments and the other countries, and the
Hmm.
constant push for quality, innovation, cost,
Hmm.
governance has helped us to bring structure to the ambiguity. See, we are in a world, VUCA world, we
Understood.
always say. So that ambiguous part is being taken care by the governance structure, what we have created.
Understood.
One of the most critical areas where governance added value was in decision making during our capacity expansions and vendor consolidations. See, we
Okay.
needed to move fast, but we couldn't afford shortcuts. So
Okay.
these governance frameworks ensure that every strategic decision was backed by rigorous risk assessments, then
Understood.
your stakeholder alignments, because you have to align your
Hmm.
customers as well as your suppliers on that, and full transparency. Especially
Hmm.
important when working with global OEMs, so you have to be very, very transparent to demand not
Hmm.
only the cost competitiveness, which for which the Indian market is known for, but compliance and ethical operations also. See, the compliances have to be taken care of, like in the raw materials, in the processes, in
Understood.
the
Yeah.
components. So a clear example we had was when we were shifting from BS4 to directly BS6 emission norms. The
Hmm.
regulatory environment was
Correct.
evolving very quickly, and suppliers were under intense pressure. Strong
Hmm.
governance helped us prioritize investments where we have to
Hmm.
focus our investments, manage our supplier relationships, and remain compliant without compromising on the supply chain or the delivery timelines. Okay,
Hmm.
without that structure, we would have been into a chaos and we could not have come out of it. So it was a complete team effort. That structure held. So over
Hmm.
time, see, I have also seen governance evolve from being a checkbox exercise, like
Correct.
it used to be, to becoming a
Yeah.
strategic advantage. So the
Hmm.
organizations which are following those governance methodologies or structures, they are advancing way ahead. It now drives how we approach sustainability goals, the customer audits, and even the R&D investments. So when we rolled out
Hmm.
our ESG roadmap, it was governance that helped us
Hmm.
stay aligned with the engineering and
Hmm.
operations and also the finances. So ultimately, earning the trust of both regulators
Hmm.
and the customers. I think that is how it
Yeah.
happened.
I think what your response really did is highlight the importance of the fact that uh, the governance, corporate governance is not just about checklist, but if organizations view it as a way to leverage and use it to their benefit, and in turn, think about it for sustainability and longevity, I think it'll uh, you know, people will understand it, or organizations will be better for it, I think.
Priya, in this industry, if you see, the credibility is everything. So,
True.
how you are seen
Absolutely.
credible is like with good governance,
Yes.
what you apply in the systems. I think that
Yes.
makes you more credible. It never slows you down. See, it may look at a smaller time frame, that it
Yeah,
slows you down, but it actually is helping us or giving us confidence to scale
true,
up responsibly, meet the
true.
global standards, and obviously lead with integrity.
Yes, true, true. Makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. As we near the end of the interview, Mr. Singh, we've learned that you recently joined Directors Institute, and with the kind of leadership experience that you already bring, I'm curious what inspired you to be a part of the institute, and how has the experience been for you so far? How has it probably added value to your career journey? We'd love to know.
See, Priya, once I have reached this level, or you can say designation or whatever, or the leadership level, joining the Directors Institute was a natural progression in my leadership journey.
Okay.
Over the years, I have had the opportunity to lead teams through complex transformations,
Hmm.
particularly this auto component sector, where OEM expectations are continually evolving and obviously
Correct.
changing. Evolving means like that change has to happen.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I realized that to create a sustained value, not just for the customers, but for all
Hmm.
the stakeholders, I need to strengthen my lens on the same topic: governance, a long-term strategy, and the boardroom dynamics. See, a lot of
Hmm.
things gets decided in the boardroom, and execution is always outside. So I wanted to be
Correct.
part of that. So what appealed to me about this institute was its focus on equipping leaders for broader impact.
Hmm.
It gave me the space to reflect on how approach decisions, the risk, uh, and the value creation, especially in global
Hmm.
environment where we are constantly balancing innovation and accountability. More than anything,
Hmm.
the experience reaffirmed my belief
Hmm.
that leadership
Hmm.
today isn't just about execution. It's about
Hmm.
shaping a culture of trust, the resilience, and forward thinking. It helped
Understood.
me stay anchored yet adaptive. And I feel
Hmm.
better equipped basically to contribute at a more strategic level. I think both within the organization and beyond. So I think
Okay.
that is what for I joined. I think
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And it's great to hear that your experience has been, good so far, and it's added value to, the career your journey that you are on right now. Mr. Singh, this has truly been an insightful conversation. Hearing your journey from scaling global businesses to pioneering new frontiers in mobility has been nothing short of insightful. I think another major takeaway for our audience members, including me, is adaptability and being open to new challenges. I think there's a lot that can be learned or taken away from this conversation. So, thank you so much for joining us on FaceTime with Leaders.
thank you, Priya. I think talking to you, it has given a lot of reflections of me about my past and how it has moved. That will also help me in future. I think wonderful talking to you. I think and if it helps some audience, I think that will be wonderful.
I'm absolutely certain it has, and it will continue to do so. Your perspectives on leadership, innovation, and governance brought a lot of clarity, and I'm sure it'll stay with a lot of our audience members. Thank you again for joining us today. And to our audience members, stay inspired, continue being curious. And this is your host, Priya George, signing off. Take care and keep leading with purpose. Yes, Mr.
Thank
Singh,
you,
thank
Priya.
you so much
Yeah,
for speaking with me. Have a great day ahead.
same to you, Priya. Thank you.